No, ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to tune your computers, your smartphones, your tablets, or whatever you happen to be listening to this beautiful voice on the East Coast through your medium. Hi, y'all. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you happen to be in this big, beautiful third rock from the sun we call Earth, Terra 3, or as I've commonly referred to it as, Earth Alcatraz. Hi, y'all. It's Misty K. Clark, your Storyteller Gone Rogue podcast. How you been? And as of this recording, it is, what time is it to be exact? It is almost 2:30 Eastern Time. I'm on a Saturday morning, December 16th of 2023. I'm showing you a Little Pippin. It's a Little Pippin nightlight. That is not a sponsor of this podcast in any way, shape, manner, or form. But it's from a little company called Pen Gems out of Salado, Texas. And the company's got nightlights, they got keychains, they got clothing, they got scarves, they got, of course, pens. And it's usually known as the pen with the little gem on top. And there's some gorgeous, beautiful pens. Not a sponsor of this podcast, it's just stuff I happen to use. And if they want to be, hey, you know how to reach out to me, ladies. Ghosttalk at Gmail. GHOSTHAWKE@gmail.com. As well, we got some housekeeping, you hear me? Housekeeping going on back there. Go find me and my first book on Amazon, please. It's called Jersey Dogs. A McGinnis Pedregon case book. And McGinnis is spelled M-C-G, like the beer. Okay, not the recent basketball player that had passed away, God rest his soul. But McGinnis is spelled big M, little C, big G, UINNESS. Let me get you again. MC Guinness, like the World Book and like the brew. / Pedregon, PEDREGON, comma, my surname Clark. CLARKE, first name Missy, MISSYE, middle initial K. You should be able to find me after that point. But yeah, that's me, and my book is up there on Amazon, and I'm gonna take a quick sip of tea because as of right now, this is live, and I don't plan on pausing this. And I do apologize. You happen to hear the sip, but as you know, in Japanese culture, or maybe you don't, but you'll know soon enough. In Japanese culture, if in tribute to the chef in having a beautiful meal, you got to slurp your tea. Now, sometimes you'll get it down the wrong pipe if you're not careful. So, in honor of the traditions of our friends over in the Far East, and what they call in the land of the midnight sun, well, slurp away, shall we? We shall. And that is how you sip graciously to pay homage to the host and what they did. So I'm paying homage to myself. Large slurper tea. So you can go ahead and laugh your ass off if I happen to choke and I'm going to be doing it on camera. You'll be like, ah, see, told you. But no, I'm just sitting here enjoying this beautiful silence. You guys are my audience. I also got an audience of invisibles called my guides called the Angelics, and they told me who they were, and it all started. I guess this is just going to be one of those podcasts where I'm just going to talk as long as I want to, or as long as I got the energy to. You know what I mean? Probably like an hour and a half. I don't know how it's going to go as long as it goes. You might get to see the lights change in here. You might not. But this is what I wanted to do in the future. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a ring light. As you can probably see, my phone is mounted on it. And clearly, this is a very, 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 very rough production. But, yeah. So, let me backtrack a little bit by saying, if you guys want to go ahead and grab a copy of the book, please do, because beginning this month, rather New Year's Eve, all the way up to one of my characters' birthdays, J. Vincent Pedregon, in honor of his birthday. He will be 31 next year. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, he'll be 31 if I'm doing my math correctly. Next January 11th. So in honor of J. Vincent, and for the next 11 days, this ebook will be priced at I'm thinking $11.11, but just to make it interesting, and for the next year, and during next year, otherwise the price zooms way up, because right now it sits at $7.18, but that price is gonna go up on midnight, 12:01 Eastern time, all the way until 3:01 Eastern, so that everybody on the Pacific Coast can catch up. So if you're in Hawaii time, and if not, it's not going to be on sale your time, and January 12th at 3:01 Eastern. So you guys are behind me by several hours. So whatever your time zone is, Google it. You will have your books on sale running December 30th to January 11th, or December 31st to January 12th, by the time 3:01 Eastern, January 12th. So I'll extend it by 3 hours. But after that, the price goes up, probably to celebrate this coming New Year, $20.24. So whether or not I get a lot of sales isn't the point. The point is, it's honoring myself, it's honoring the year, it's honoring the planet. And if you like what you hear here, and if you like what you're hearing with your ears, then you might be liking what you read with your eyes, because basically my book's about two boys who discover they're sons of prostitutes, and they're on a psychopath's murderous hit list to keep from knowing why they are. More hot water, of course, and rather tea. And the only ones, when I deliberately wrote that book, of course I wrote the book. When I wrote the book, I intentionally wrote it to keep my narrator, Casper, and the reader completely in the dark. Everybody knew why both Logan and Casper were sons of prostitutes, except Casper himself and the reader. And you, dear reader, are not going to know until you know. And I, for all intents and let me give you a little history on this book, now that I'm talking about it. I had this crazy idea in 2005, and damn, I can't believe it's almost 20 years ago now. I had this crazy idea, what if, and it was just a bunch of what ifs leading to one down the other, it would just lead me down the prim. All right, kitty, what do you want? That's my cat's socks. What you want, kitty? Psst. Come here, chicken. What do you want? What you want? What you want? You're supposed to be going to sleep. This is my cat's socks, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello, Saki. Say hello. Let me jingle her bell. Hold on. It's right around that time of the year, jingling her bell. Get it? There. Hear that, ladies and gentlemen? That's Saki's collar. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's that time of the year to be jingle bell, jingle her collar. Anyway, no, I mean, Jersey Dogs came about because I just kept asking myself, what if? And that was a big year for me anyway. Well, a big year news-wise. Eliot Spitzer, then governor of New York, but was known as Client Number 9, number nine, let me stop, was disgraced out of leaving the post of, the top dog governorship in New York State. Then Richard Pryor, God rest his soul, passed away at 65. In 2005. And allegedly, it was alleged that he was the son to a Trick and a John. And a Trick, as you know, is a prostitute. And a John, as you know, is the guy who is the dude named Peter, or the dude named Tom with a Peter between his legs, if you get what I'm saying. Okay? So, Richard Pryor's daddy was a John named Tom who uses Pete to bring him around into the world. So now that you get that idea, yeah. So then that kernel of an idea got in my brain, and I wanted, and then then I'm coming home from work, and a woman I was living on an avenue that was really pretty in Brooklyn, and used to be run by black people. Yeah, you won't see them there now. But nothing against black people, because they're trying to can't be this old anti-white cancel culture going on mess. Yeah, it wasn't where I was living then. Didn't have that problem at the time. So I'm on my way home from work, and a woman sees me, and she's like, "Do I know you from somewhere?" Now, granted, you guys, I always get this. Having albinism, I'm always stopped in a store somewhere. "Do you know so-and-so? Were you friends with such and such? Did you go to this? Were you in the Carolinas in 1970 something? Dressed up as like an Easter petunia?" But I'm like, no, and no. I usually get this. All the time, and I'm polite about it. But in this case, I saw this woman, and I said, "No, I don't think you know me." She's like, "Yeah, I know you. You used to live not too far from Casino Boulevard in Pantry Pride. You got a little sister named Keisha, right?" I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, okay. Who's punking me? I'm looking around for the cameras. I'm like, who wants to know? I do. Now come on up in here and tell me about yourself. And then she told me, call me by my legal name at the time. I was like, oh shit. Okay, what, Socklish? What? Mommy is recording what? What, kitten? Come here, you. You know where your food is. And you're not getting any wet food tonight. No, you're fine. You had your wet food yesterday. Let's go back on our regular schedule. Do you mind? I'm working. Thank you. Oh, boy. Cats are like little kids. The second you got something to do, mommy. Anyway, so the lady stops me. And we have a lovely she puts the questions to me. I'm like, yeah, you had a little sister. You went to PS90. You took that school bus. I'm like, how the hell do you know about? Yeah, I used to watch you every morning, making sure you got to the school bus stop fine. Yeah, my name is Dorothy. Your mother knew me. I'm like, okay. And I'm right around the corner from home, and I'm texting my then husband at the time. I'm like, Pete, could you come over here? He's like, honey, I can't. I'm at the store. Aw, shit. Yeah. Okay, guess who's trapped? Okay. So, y'all, she starts rattling off shit I done forgot about. Yeah, I remember you was this big. You used to be going in the store. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Okay, so then she fills me in on why exactly my wicked behind ended up in Arizona. And I'm like, all right, wait. Somebody is punking me here. She's like, oh, no. You moved because your mama man at the time, your mama man was dealing. Yes, chickadee. Yes, honey. He was dealing. Dealing what? She said, sweetheart, do I look like that? I'm a fix here and tell you he was dealing cards? And she give me that look like, you can't be this stupid. She gives me this look like, you can't be this. No. Sweets, what kind of dealing do you think that your stepdaddy was doing? Come on now. And he was not dealing no cards, and he was not dealing no poker chips. Okay? He was dealing the big stuff, the white stuff, and not the stuff you put on your body after your bath. I was like, okay. Now, mind you, I had already known this because my mother's brother, God rest his soul, my maternal uncle, okay, couldn't wait. November of '86, no shit, couldn't wait to tell me the real deal why we moved out to Arizona. I'm like, no damn way. Then fast forward to 205 and then later to 211. Yeah. Y'all seen the movie Goodfellas? Okay. Yeah. That Lufthansa heist. My stepfather, God rest his soul, was a baggage claim in JFK. Right around the time that happened. Now, no, we didn't know Stacks. Okay. But he was aware of Stacks. So, yeah. Y'all do the math. We'll leave it right there because, and why do I know this? Because the third part of that completion of the triangle, my uncle in '86, the lady in 2005, and then I go to some writer event in, I think it was 2014. It happened in about 2013, 14. It was when, it was. Wait a minute. I'm going this by my vehicles now. So we had, it might have been somewhere between 2014, 2015. Actually, it might have been 2015. Thereabouts. It was several years ago. Now, like 9. This dude named Tom DiMarciano. I think his name is Big D. Little I, big Marciano, Marciano, I forget what it is, but he lived upstairs in the South Bronx from the real life Henry Hill, the movie based on Goodfellas, in which it was based on. Now, they said Henry Hill was not that big a player the way the movie made him out to be. I would agree with that. But when the guy saw me and he's looking at me strange, and I'm like, oh no, here we go again, because I usually get those looks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping myself as inconspicuous as possible. He keeps looking at me. I'm like, oh God, please don't make it stop. Then he comes over to me. I'm like, oh Jesus. So I put my hand on my weapon, which was a set of keys, which I didn't have my firearm at the time, and I put my hand on my weapon in my pocket. And he just keeps looking at me, and I have my hand in my pocket. And he's like, excuse me, I meant to talk to you. And I'm like, of course, being suspicious. He's like, well, who wants to know? I do. You look familiar. I'm like, yeah, I get that all the time. Okay, whatever. So we start chatting about the weather, cold as shit outside. Chances of the New York teams, they all sucked. Stuff like that. And then he said, did you ever visit the South Bronx? Now, as it turns out, yes, I did, because I had an uncle, God rest his soul. I got a lot of family members who's passed off, so when you hear me a lot with God rest his soul, that's why. Anyway, I said, yes, I have a family member who lives in the South Bronx, not far from Fordham Road and 174th, 75th Street in Grand Concourse. And he said, that over there by Fordham, the corner of Fordham and Boston Post. I'm like, yeah. Last stop, Dye Avenue. I'm like, yeah. You got an uncle over there? I'm like, oh hell, oh God, who's looking? Oh, like, stop, God, make it stop. He's like, no. Is your last name Clark? I'm like, with or without the E? Without the E, nope. I was all big grin at that point, and it's like, nope, not no. He said, so it's with the E then. Ah, fuck me. I'm like, okay, jigs up. Who wants to know? He said, no, look, I get you're suspicious. Oh, do you now? He said, look, can I buy you a drink? Let me explain. So he bought me a drink. I'm okay with it. And I watched the bartender make it so nobody slipped no Mickey in that shit. But he bought me a drink. And he filled in the rest of the jigsaw puzzle why I moved to Arizona. And that was hard confirmation. Like, see. And the long and the short of it was, if you've seen the movie Goodfellas, okay? No, my stepdad was not up in that. But he was in a Budweiser commercial. In one of the Super Bowl ads in somewhere in the 1980s, if you look it up on YouTube someplace, where you see a guy like running up these construction girder steps, and all these sparks and things are going off and going around him, and he's getting ready to just like knock back a can of Budweiser and shit. Well, Anheuser-Busch was at the time vacationing when I lived in Page, Arizona. They were looking for a new place to go shoot a video. They saw my stepdad working and whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do a commercial, not a problem." So he shot the commercial for him. This, I think, was in Super Bowl 83, Super Bowl 84, or Super Bowl 82. One of those 3 years. I don't remember, but I think if memory serves, I think it was Super Bowl 83. So go look it up. I was 17 at the time, and oh my God, that it was sparks going all off while he's running in the construction hard hat, and he's running up these metal girder stairs, and like sparklers went crazy all behind him, and then you hear like this dun 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 dun. You know what I mean? You hear like the Budweiser music underneath it and all that shit. Yeah, and he's running up the stairs. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So it was so cool. And trust and believe when we say the money was beautiful. I mean, the money, y'all. Ooh, chow. Paid off bills. Had a nice Christmas. I mean, it was, all right, yeah. Say what you want about the holiday, All right, I'll come up to that in a little bit. Because Christmas is weird for all of us. But anyway, we had a beautiful holiday Christmas. And by the way, if you happen to hear the little blast of, it sounds like fiery and what have you, that's because I have it on the Fireplace channel on Pluto TV. Yeah, if you're streaming, instead of being a cord cutter, and become a cord cutter like me. Hurt the cable companies. Become a cord cutter. It will not hurt you. Trust me. You'll love the freedom. Not a sponsor, just a plug. Anyway, if you happen to hear this roaring fireplace in the background, yeah, this is that fake ass Yule log on TV. If you don't have an actual fireplace, but you want to get the actual experience of one, there you go. You got to use it virtually, right? I would love to have it in real time because flames are so pretty when they're controlled, of course. But yeah, so getting back to my story of how I got my book about, he was the third part of the triangle that confirmed why my family uprooted to Arizona. And which brought up a very interesting question on my part. Well, if we had to go out there, and if that was the reason, kinda-ish, why? Because another reason, yeah, my stepdad got pinched for holding. Okay? He got pinched for dealing. He got pinched for holding. Judge basically said, new program out there. Instead of you hanging out 10 to 25 in Rikers, and we know you got a, pregnant baby mama at home. So what you want to do? Do 10 to 25 in Rikers or start up this new program in Arizona? Well, guess what he chose? So I said, okay, if we went out there for that particular reason, I asked this dude, Tommy D, this. If we didn't get out there for that reason, he's like, yeah, why didn't they just bump us off? He said, where'd you end up? And we told him, not maybe 11 miles outside of Ogden, Utah, but it's a small ass town in Page. And unfortunately, it is a meth/fentanyl hub. Ugh, don't get me going on that. He said, well, think about it. When you got there, you went from New York City, 60-something million people, to what, 6,000? You end up what? New York City, Brooklyn, Big Apple, Great White Broadway, all the way to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, we pretty much went there. I was ready, more like da 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 da. Let me stop. No, let me cut it out. No. It was. Yeah. As many people as there were in my apartment building before I lived out of that town. That's how big that town was. Okay? He brought up a valid point. He basically said, your family and another family, maybe two tops, you were one of 3 black families out there. Now, if the mob went out there and rubbed y'all out, don't you think they would have called attention to themselves in a small-ass town like that? In other words, you went to a small-ass town, but you literally could not be plucked off because they would have been picked up for the Lufthansa thing related to it. So, even though you were in a small town and you were an open sitting duck, they really couldn't pick you off because it would have been too obvious that they picked you off for that reason. That's how come they left y'all alone. Because if you were out in the open like that, remember, you only get one good shot once. They didn't want to waste it on y'all. So that's how come they left you alone. I was like, oh, okay. So between 2005, when the Richard Pryor and Elliot Spitzer stories came out, and that's where I got the idea of writing a long, short story about and kind of about my life, but I wanted to fictionalize it. Make sure, because then at the time, many of the parties involved, now a lot of them deceased, but they weren't at the time. I didn't want to run that writer risk of, you write about me, what's it about me, is it about me, is it about me? I'm like, no. First of all, the family which I grew up in, oh no, douchebags and flea dicks, no, just no. Absolutely not, just no, Don't worry about it. I didn't mention no names, and I sure as hell didn't drop you in there. And if you reading you in there, then that's on you, okay? Secondly, no. There was no way I'd be using your name in any of my shit. You'd love that, wouldn't you? No. Absolutely not. There wasn't. And 3, it was just too big a story to keep within me. But the problem was, it kept getting bigger. And I'm like, okay, this Spitzer thing fits in here somewhere, and this Richard Pryor thing fits in here somewhere. But it also got me thinking about my Nana, God rest her soul, and wondering what kind of life did she lead. Turned out she was a prostitute. And I was like, well, prostitute in the, I guess is a hobby, more like a profession. Ish, and not to be macabre. No, I'm not trying to be macabre or anything. Let me get a sip of this water real quick. Oh, yeah, that was good. Anyway, not to be overly macabre, sincerely. Not to be, I'm not trying to be macabre, I'm not. But at the same time, I was like, that is beginning to make some sense now. Okay, now another piece clicked into place, and another, and another, and another, and another. And I'm like, okay, let me see what happens. Let's just see what happens when it comes out, when I write this damn thing. It started out very much the book you have in your hands, ladies and gentlemen, is not the book that started out as. Okay? It did not. I just ended up with 19 chapters of a hot, screaming hot dumpster fire garbage strike of a mess. And I'm like, no. I took 2 scenes out of there and I plucked them right out. One of which was where I knew my protagonists, Logan and Casper McGinnis, were alone with the revelation that they knew the news, what they found out. Yes, kitty. Yes, kitty. Mommy's recording. What you want? Okay, then stop bothering me. It's like a little kid again. She wants to get WETFUD, not while it's dark out. Anyway, it was the moment where one of the cousins finds out something devastating, and the other one is trying to do his best to be consoling, but this cat. He's doing his best to be consoling, but the one that is needing Logan's needing consoling. Logan's needing consoling. And Casper's doing his best, but Logan's like, you don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it. And he's not mad at Casper, but it's more like I'm building it slowly. You see what I mean? And I took that from originally their family's attic to plunking them in a New York City subway station on the way to a veterinarian's cattle yard and stables and horse stables. So cattle yard and horse stables. So then I took that one scene and built the whole book around the one scene. Just that one scene. So no, I don't have the original copy of my former manuscript. I probably do someplace, but I don't want to dig it up because it's already done. 2, I love the version of the book that's out there now. 3, I completely changed after reading a lot of the craft and it takes a lot to go into one book. Believe me, it does. I changed the DeFrancisi's mood completely. Instead of making everybody nice, I made everybody, save for a couple of them, an obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. You name it, I threw it at them. And honestly, it made for a better book. It made for a better build because it tested everybody's character. It tested mine. It tested my casts, which I got a big cast in that book. 42. Yeah, I do. 42 cast members, yeah. If we were doing this as a play, oh my God. This would be a big play, I'm telling you. But what can I say? I write big books. And from opening title to final word of a sneak peek of my chapter of my second book at the very end of the first, because you get a sneak peek of the second book coming in the first book, you get a sneak peek of the second. That, I think the word count comes out to a little more than 100 and I think, but don't quote me on this. It comes, well, it's north of 170,000. It's north of 170,000 words. But to be fair, Archer wrote a book that had 125,000 words in it, and one of those was just repeating Bullshit, 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 bullshit. One of those chapters just said the word bullshit all over and over and over and over. So don't cite me for using 100 plus, 170,000 plus. When you got one whole chapter repeating one damn word. Okay? So leave me alone. But no, long and short, honestly, Jersey came out of a labor of love, news events that happened in 2005, my life, and yeah, just a fictionalized account of my life. And me, and it and the whole, they didn't know they were sons of prostitutes. Well, I didn't know why I moved to Arizona at first. You see what I mean? So I went from the standpoint of not knowing why you plucked the 14-year-old kid out of New York City into Podunk, Arizona, not making her nearly none the wiser until way after the fact, and until way the party members involved had passed away. And I'm like, oh, what? Yeah, good way to cop out, you. Okay. You dirty. All right, you know what? Anyway, this be here a Christian channel, so I better not cuss on it. So, excuse me. I told you this is recorded live. So, pretty much what it comes down to, the Richard Pryor story and the Elliot Spitzer story kind of built my novel a little bit, but the rest was strictly up to me. And I did it, and that, and not necessarily lack of confidence, but just an uphill climb of which house, I meticulously researched houses, which would fit my bill, which would not. And yeah, I did land a contract. I did. But as they say, it's the journey, not the destination, and it's the truth. And here's why. Then I landed my contract for the book, and I was happier than a pig in slop. Not gonna bullshit. Not gonna lie. Not gonna game you. Not gonna man, I I was happier than a pig in slop. And my husband then was congratulating me. My son was congratulating me. I was just so over the moon. At least I thought I asked all my questions. No, I did not. So the first weekend after the euphoria wears off, and yeah, now the work begins, right? Those of you, put your hands in the air. If those of you who had a book deal, and this particular publisher would want me to mention this house, wouldn't this particular publisher? I will not do it. We will call her Miss Dina, and Dina, D-I-N-A, and Miss Dina. All right, more like Ms. Demeanor, but okay. So first weekend, I get their art department, and I see what they're gonna do with my title, and I see what they're gonna do with my cover. No. The second I put eyes on that cover, I'm like, hell no. No. They got the word dogs bigger than the word Jersey. They got dogs in blood red. They got Jersey in this cutesy romantic font. And my name in a romantic font. I'm like, no. I was going to be one of those authors. Yes, I was. Don't even get me going on the editing process, okay? Because I learned how to edit when I'm in high school and in college, okay? Don't even get me going on editing. Don't even get me going. How come the editor that I had, no shit, had the sweet nerve to tell me that when you have bigger works, a work like an album, okay, let's say for the sake of argument, an album, let's put out Michael Jackson's Thriller. Thriller is italicized. The songs on the album are in quotation marks because they're shorter works of a gigantic work. So, or a book anthology. And the anthology is in the italics or slanting letters. The stories in that anthology are in quotation marks. Okay? Or let's use anybody's who loves The Simpsons, okay? Put the Simpsons in quotation, in italics, in italices, or italics, and the episodes of The Simpsons in quotation marks. Shorter works inside of a longer work, okay? Bigger work, like a magazine, italicized, a newspaper, italicized, a book, italicized, an album, italicized, okay? Ironically, what is not in quotation marks are paintings. Paintings get a italicized. They don't get the quotations. How come the editor of this particular book, my first one, flipped everything on its head, took everything of my quotations that were in quotes, put them italics, and put the things that were supposed to be italicized into quotation marks? I had to go undo all of her shit work. She then goes squawking to the publisher. Me. You get where this is going. Ms. Publisher comes at me. So you do know that this is at the discretion of the publisher, right? I'm like, that might be. It just won't be correct. And I'm sorry. I'm not doing it that way. Well, in Canadian press, I don't care if it's Canadian press. And by the way, Canada is still part of North America. And as far as I know, the Chicago Manual of Style is used all over the world, which is where I got my information from. Thank you very much. Now, if you've got a problem with this book, release me and go scream at Chicago Manual Style, because this is where I'm going with. And CMOS are the first foremost premier of editing services you go by. Okay? How to use a quotation mark, how to use a punctuation mark, how to use capitals, how to use M dashes and double dashes, how to use a period, a question mark, an exclamation point, how to use numbers, both in numeric and spelled out, capital letters, nouns, verbs, adjectives, pronouns, you name it. Okay? This book is the culmination of, you fucked up in English, go look it up. Okay? So, I literally told her this. Well, we still do this according to the discretion of the publisher. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not, you know what? And when those critics are blowing up Amazon with reviews of my book, why I didn't have this the right way, where are you going to be defending me? Yeah, you hear that fire in the background? Insert crickets here. Okay, well, we'll just leave that alone. So they left it alone. Then, unfortunately, I had a family member during that time in which I got the deal. I come to find out a family member had passed away. So they give me 6 weeks of like sabbatical or whatever that I needed for, like, you know, the bereavement plans and settling affairs, and you know how that is. Needed because, you know, husband at the time was suffering the flu. So who had to pick up the slack but yours truly? Okay. Then the 6 weeks is up. We get back to work. We covering the edits, etc., etc., etc. Then I come to find out My book, the version that I had, could not go on ebook before they put out the version they had. I'm like, whoa. Wait a minute. The version I have no longer counts, and that the version you have is the version you're going to go with. She's like, that's right. I said, so then who gets the rights? Oh, you still get the rights. Well, if I get the rights, then why can't I do with what I want to with what my copy? Oh, well, you gave us, you initialed it. I'm like, no. I don't get to keep my original copy for 5 years. She's like, didn't you read it? Now answer the question. Whether or not I read it is irrelevant. I don't get to keep my original copy at all. My original copy is embargoed while this version gets worked on. Yeah, there's no yes ma'am or no. Yes ma'am or no ma'am. Those are your two answers. So her silence was continually deafening. Then we had a tussle over the word MetroCard. Okay? She tried to come out with, yeah, let me have MetroCard as 2 words. No. It's not 2 words. It is 1 word. Like Easy Pass is spelled the letters E, Z, and Z for those of you in Britain. E-Z Pass. And it's 1 word. No spaces in between. No hashtag either. Just 1 word. Easy Pass. Okay? Same thing in MetroCard. MetroCard, 1 word. Capital M for Metro, capital C for card. It's all 1 word. Like MasterCard, like Masterclass, like Masterpiece, MetroCard. This one. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to need MetroCard broken up. Me. Well, again, where will you be defending me when I'm getting shit reviews on Amazon, when I got a really astute reader talking about, yeah, did you know that MetroCard is 2 words? What am I going to do? But the publisher said, well, fuck the publisher. No disrespect to you, Miss Dina, but the public are not going to be looking at, no, they're going to be giving the author the slings and arrows. Not you, Ms. Publisher, giving it to Ms. Author. So now what say you? Do we leave MetroCard 1 word, or do we leave MetroCard 1 word? Then she's arguing with me over the font now. And I'm like, okay, ma'am, what about people who have dyslexia, they've got low vision, they've got, I'm not sure, whatever they've got going on with their eyes, okay? Not everybody in the world is 20/20. Not everybody in the world is on a particular tablet when they're reading their Kindles. They're reading the Kindle on the Fire. They're reading the Kindle on the phone. They're reading the Kindle on the Kindle. They're reading their Kindle on the iPad. They're reading their Kindle on the computer. Every device in which they're reading my work on is going to come out looking a certain way. It's got to look that same way across the board. Oh, we don't have the technology. I'm sure you don't. I'm saying, though, however you've got it, it needs to look uniform across the board. And I needed to look uniform across the board. So I gave her 2 illustrations. Just 2 little ones. Okay? One from another one. Oh, well, they got more resources with it. So, okay. And you're openly soliciting writers for the same purpose. Right? Yes, we are. Okay. Then argued with me over, you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? The semicolon. Yes, ma'am. No, we're not using that. It's antique. It's antique. It's ancient. It's old. It's old fashioned. Antique, old fashioned, and ancient, huh? And save for the Titanic, which finally broke the record that had been held by Gone with the Wind. Most winningest Oscars in all time. Now, mind you, Hollywood's, never mind what you say about, Hollywood notwithstanding. But Pulitzer Prize winning book that got international acclaim and, lots of Oscars and, notoriety and, still served Butterfly and Hattie, meaning McDaniel and McQueen. Beautiful justice, but still Hollywood being with their prejudiced, bigoted, racist self. Then, didn't do them women any good. But, hey, don't go by me. Don't, made Clark Gable a household name, not that he wasn't already. Made Hattie McDaniel a household name, not that she wasn't already. But, made Vivian Lee a household name, not that, little tiny movie. Olivia de Havilland, class, style, grace. Just a teensy little famous movie, like little famous like that, right? So, yeah. Oh, that's ancient. One line. Oh, that's ancient. Okay. 6 months in, I wake up, ironically on Groundhog Day, I wake up 6 months in, and this is June 2015, I got the deal. February of 2016, yeah, I was showing the door. I wake up from a nap, and I'm waking up all tingly, and like, okay, my spidey senses are all alert, and like, okay, something's up. Dearest former legal name, after much due consideration and examination and deep ponderance of thought, we regret to inform you we must release you from publications on contract due to the following reasons. Yeah. Argues too much. But honestly, to genuinely be fair, okay? To honestly and genuinely be fair, the night before that happened, I went to bed not feeling good about this company. I went to sleep the night before, not at all feeling good about this company. And my gut instincts were like, okay, take your book back. Take your book back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Just take it back. And I had a blog post a little while ago when I had been with that particular platform. Again, they'd want me to name them, wouldn't they? That the title was Never Do Business with a Publishing House That Once Accepted Porn. Because if you really think about it, you got a roaring fire. You got two people that are, ready and willing to get, do the horizontal bop, do the bedroom tango, do the, slipping her the high hard one, doing the sliding deep into the sweet walls, doing balls deep with her ankles behind her ears. You get the idea. Yeah, you never take a house that only once it's had accepted erotica. Because, ladies and gentlemen, how much writing do you really need to do to go with, I mean, really? I mean, honestly, when we all know what the end, I was getting ready to say the end shot, oh God. When you know where it's going to end and how it's going to end and in which manner in which it's going to end. So it doesn't take much, thought behind all that writing to 20,000 words and half of them are, moans and oohs and ahs and ums and all that shit. So So what? But the bottom line is, I was just like, I wasn't having it. I was not having it. And I'm like, you know what? You're not going to bastardize, no pun intended. No, in light of things, you were not going to bastardize my book. I'm just not having it. No. So they released me from my contract. Suffice it to say, you would have thought I would have done a victory lap. I didn't. I did not. I fell into this huge depression. Like, what the fuck am I doing this for? What the hell am I doing this for? I mean, I don't see it. Somebody tell me, please, because I'm at a loss. I completely am at a loss. I don't want to read this book anymore. I'm tired of reading this book. I've edited it beyond, and I spent X amount of dollars on this shit. Ain't made one fucking penny on it yet. Save for, I might have made $20 right now. But I ain't made yet one dime. Not one thin dime. Not one red cent. Not yet, anyway. And long and the short of it, ladies and gentlemen, no shit. Zero, absolutely, 1,000,001% no shit. I fell in this deep hole emotionally. And I didn't want to crawl out, no. I mean, even rereading my favorite shit, I couldn't do it. Because somehow I felt scammed. I felt betrayed. I felt flim-flammed. I felt like I was being had. I genuinely felt like I was being had. And I'm like, you know what? What the sweet fuck is this about? What is it about? What is this about? I don't get it. What is wrong with you people? So I'm cruising the site, just, looking book covers and whatever. And my current book cover for Jersey is what jumped out at me. And it was as if it was my mother's way of telling me, write that book, damn it. Write this fucking book and get it out of you. Just write it. And I'm like, for who? For who? 500 pages for who? I mean, it's time I can't get back. It's time none of it. Why? And she's like, don't argue, just do it. Yeah. Ugh. Okay, yeah. Telling me not to argue is like telling a rat not to steal cheese. But I did what I was told. And 6 months prior, she was so thrilled that I had the deal. And again, so was I. But instinctively and intuitively, my intuition was like, I don't know, girlie. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I want to be happy for you. And I am happy for you. But I can't join in. I can't do it. And my intuition wouldn't let me. 6 months in, my intuition was right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if ever you've got a book deal out there, if you've got an editor that is not up to snuff, whatever it is about your shit that you're not feeling good about in somebody else's hands, take it back. Take it back. It's yours. And it's your birth child. It's your birth child. It is your birth project. It is your idea come to life. Of course you're going to defend it. Of course you're going to be, Of course you're going to be, you're super protective of it, like a mama bear with her cubs. Okay? And that's how I was with this book. I was like a mama bear with her cubs. I'm like, I can't let you do it. I can't do it. And I couldn't do it in good conscience. And it would have been on my conscience had I let them do it. Okay? And that would have been a 5-year, in my view, prison sentence for my story. So I'm like, you know what? No. I mean, if 5 years is going to go by one way or the other, then I may as well let it go by free under my care than free under theirs. And that's exactly what I did. So the ebook version is the only version around out now. I published it in 2018. I'm now revising it and updating it. And it should be finished by the end of next month, in January of 2024. The goal is to get print copies out of that revised version. I want printed copies out for, to help fund my second book of the Casebook Mysteries, called New York Snakes of Mind. And that's the title of the second book. So you have Jersey Dogs, and book 2 is New York Snakes of Mind. And that's the book title. And it's a spin on a particular tune. I know that now. And he's not exactly gonna like it, but I don't really give a rip. I mean, the way in the state of which a lot of things are in right now, man, these people lucky to breathe in the same air I do. But at the same time, did you see that news headline out now where human breathing is contributing to the climate crisis? Okay, yeah, all right, sure. Did you hear where now the human beings supposedly are contributing to the climate crisis because we breathe? Okay, yeah, you people seriously have nothing else better to do. You really do. You really need to go find a couch. You guys are completely psychopathic. You need to go home. You're drunk. And yeah, I'm wiggling my camera all over the place. My apologies. But at least we upgraded our technology, ladies and gentlemen, now haven't we? Right? Right. Okay, okay, we're like an hour and some change in. Not too bad. I can't argue. So let's see. What time do we have here? It's almost 3:30 on a Saturday morning, early, East Coast time. December 16, 2023. And so how's y'all? How's y'all doing? I don't know what topic I want to talk about, but a lot of people have had this year. If they could sum a word in this year, or the way to sum up what this year was for them, other than it moving lickety split, because this year went by fucking fast. Is it just me, or did this year fly by? Yes, it did. It did. It did. So, what the? I got something. Sorry about the pauses, ladies and gentlemen. But, and yeah, I wish I had some live chats in here, but I guess I can't do a live yet because don't have enough subscribers. Not something to brag about, but at the same time, it's kind of nice to be a little bit obscure. Just a touch. Just a teeny tiny. Where's my camera? Yep, there we are. Just a smidge unknown. Teeny weeny bit. Dee. Anyway, no, I'm not drunk. I can assure you, I'm not high. I'm not drunk. This is me. Yeah, this is me at 3:30 in the morning. This is me at 3:30 in the afternoon. This is me at 12:30 at night. This is me at 12:30 in the afternoon. I mean, what you see is what you get. Yeah, and but no, I mean, and the reason why I'm lovingly and loverly alone like this, but I'm not lonely, is because my guys are at work, and they do third quite often, and unfortunately, corporate being what it is, well, I'm not gonna do third, but I'll let somebody else do it. Okay, well, because you're a bum, that's why you're not doing it. But yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why I had gotten started writing is because I got suspended and in-house suspension at school. Now, when I lived in Arizona, and obviously both parents had to work, they weren't about to have my raggedy behind at home because they figured that I was going to, get myself in trouble or discover something and leave. I don't know what, but they really had to put me on a short leash. Okay? Although I was short leashed, my personality wasn't. Not that any of you found that to be at least bit surprising. Not at all, right? Right. Anyway, it was one morning that ended up being one of those days, even long, with the second you open your eyes, you're like, oh God, it's gonna be one of those days. And exactly, yeah, that's exactly what had happened. I get loaded on the bus. My sister and I are going to the same place. It was the education complex of Page. So it was Page High School, then Page Middle School, and Page Elementary. But now it's under a different name in that part of Arizona. But Page High School and Middle School still have their names. It's the elementary school that's named differently. Anyway, I get on the bus, so does my sister, whom I've affectionately named Bra Bra. And that's another story for another time. So, going forward, we're calling her Bra Bra because she's got a Streisand complex and a Jan complex. So, Jan Brady, that is. So, she's known going forward as Bra Bra. And I have no use for either Barbra Streisand or the Jan Brady complex when middle kids pretty much get overlooked. And yeah. So anyway, we board the bus. And this particular bus driver was a full stop lesbian. So everybody knew that she was a lesbian. But during that time, again, early 80s. People didn't come out the way people are out now, right? So I knew she was a bull dyke. Well, being bisexual, of course I knew that. But I didn't admit that to myself then. But anyway, she was a straight up bull dyke. And had it in for my sister. Which part of me was like, okay, she's got it in for my sister. Let me stop. But then the other part of me was like, all right, let me defend this kid. Let me do the right thing. Let me just all right, fine. You know what I mean? I'm like, ugh. Part of me did, fine, let's go defend the kid. So I defended her. And what I did was, I said something, so I don't remember what I said, but I think I said something along the lines of, well, it isn't, considering that she's dressed like a lumberjack and has to drive a bus for a living, I guess that all that sexual frustration has got to be taken out, pent-up frustration has got to be taken out on somebody. I guess that somebody is her. Or something to that effect. But I said something along those lines of that. And the bus was like, the whole all the kids in the bus were like, oh, no, I may as well just come out and said, look, bitch, fuck you. You know what I mean? But I was picking on her sexuality, and I was picking on her, and I was picking on the dress, and I'm like, whatever. She slammed on the brake. She's like, everybody was thrown forward in the bus. She radios in, I'm not turning one more of this wheel unless you get this kid off my bus. She just insulted me for the last time. I can't do this no more. And I'm like, oh, stop. I'm like, oh, cut it out. You are not even crying. Stop it. Just stop it. The bus is like, it sat there for 20 minutes. It sat there, no shit. It sat there for 20 minutes. They had to call my people, come pick up the bus, come pick me up, and Bra Bra. No, oh, no. No. Not Bra Bra. No, Bra Bra got to stay on the bus. You see. Yours truly was the one that was taking the back seat, like I might as well said the F word, you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, which was it gonna be? The hanging, guillotine, Chinese water torture, the rack? Yeah, mere child's play for what awaited me. Well, Bra gets on the bus drives away, the wheels on the bus go chug, took her where they had to take her. Me, okay, yeah, stepdaddy picked me up, drove me to school, and said, we'll deal with you when you get home. Okay, I'm sure you will. So my punishment was in-house suspension, meaning I had to give up one of my favorite electives, either band or chorus. Not one of the required classes. Don't you just let out that shit? And in lieu of that for the month, I had to sit in detention because my father and my stepfather and my mother, God rest their souls, were both working, and they were like, and I'm not going to be picking you up after school for what you did. I'm not going to be suffering for your fuck up, so you need to work out a way you get your butt home. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I'll just go ahead, hang out in the library. Why not? I had no social life anyway, no boyfriend to speak of. But okay, yeah. And there's another reason behind that, but that's another podcast another time. I'm cruising the library shelves, and I'm looking for something to read. And I'm like, okay, so let me just go ahead and budget my time accordingly. No way was I going to be doing homework in detention since I had to do homework. And plus, because of my big mouth, I didn't get my babysitting gigs. And Bra took all my ready income for the month. So, okay, and you wonder why I call her Bra. So she done took all my ready income for the month. And my work stoppage was just that. Work stoppage, in-house suspension. So for 45 minutes, 17 and a half hours, I did the math, 17 and a half hours total for the entirety of the month of March, 1983, or was it 82? I forget which. I think it was 82. I believe it was 82. Let me check that. Yeah, 82. March of 82, the entirety of March of 82, the whole month, calendar month, and it's 31 days in March. So I got 20 of them in in-house lockdown. Yeah, 45 minutes per day. You weren't allowed to sit. You were sitting in study hall. You couldn't sleep. You couldn't talk. You couldn't fidget. You couldn't mess around. You could read. You could do homework. But you couldn't snack. You couldn't sleep. And you couldn't mess around. You could only read and do homework. I'm like, okay, but I'm reading at home, and I did my homework at home. Can I write? They're like, as long as you're quiet. Okay, so if I'm asleep, I'm quiet, but I can't sleep, right? All right, whatever. You know what, okay. So I started writing. And I never stopped. And at that point, I was writing longhand, and that story at the time was a culmination of several books I was reading at once, all four of S.E. Hinton's at the same time. It was four. The Outsiders, Rumblefish, Tex, and That Was Then, This Is Now. There was One Fat Summer by Robert Lipsyte. There was another one I was reading. I think it was The Chocolate War by Robert Cormier. And My Brother Sam Is Dead by James and Lincoln Collier. and I think it's James Christopher and Lincoln Collier. And James Christopher Collier and Lincoln Collier. Who also wrote another book called The Bloody Country. And yeah, that one's brutal. Whew, that one is brutal. And another one at the time, I think, if memory serves, The Great Brain books. And The Great Brain books, particularly The Great Brain at the Academy, The Great Brain Reforms, and then I think it was, and Huckleberry Finn by Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, Mark Twain. And as all of those, and A Wrinkle in Time, Madeleine L'Engle. So all of that which I was reading at that one time, okay, I then built a story in that 7 kids, 4 dudes, 3 females, and the point of view was told from a dude, of course. I forgot what my character's name was. I think his name is Mickey, but like mouse, yes. I'm not sure. Well, explain. That works too. But I'm not sure. But let's see. Wait, and if I get the names right, Chris, Bobby, Allison. Chris, Bobby, Allison, Kim. Mickey, and yeah, I was calling him Ponyboy. Right. I was calling him, Mickey Ponyboy McCormick. Yeah, his full name was Michael McCormick. And I got the name Michael from Michael Bryan, Bryan, okay? Michael Bryan McCormick. And I'm like, ooh, very nice names, very good, I like it. But he loved horses so much, so I called him Ponyboy. And I'm like, oh shit, I can't use Ponyboy because there's only one Ponyboy. And I'm like, I can't do it. And somebody saw my shit and they were like, you can't use Ponyboy, right? Why not? Do you not know that they're making a movie of the book? Say what? No, and I didn't know at the time. Wait, what? Wait, what's this? What? You didn't know? So the dude shows me at the time, 16 magazine, if you're familiar, Hands in the Air, yep. 16, Tiger Beat, what was that? The Teen Bop, yep, I got all of those, yep. With the big 1-6 on the front of it, yep, all the heartthrobs and shit. Yeah, so the entirety of the man cast of The Outsiders. Coppola's movie, 83, another podcast another time. Yes, I got to go see it. Yes, I did. But, okay. So I'm in detention, and I start writing. And I had not stopped. And I've been writing ever since. I have been writing ever since. And ever since then, I've covered feature stories. I've been on page 1. My articles have opened the section 2s of many a news publication. Many small papers. Okay, nothing big like, New York Slimes or the Washington Compost. Nah, nothing big like that. No. Besides which, those alleged journalism outlets have an agenda, have an ulterior motive that is anything but news, that is anything but newsworthy, anything but objectivity, impartiality. You are supposed to report the facts, okay? Like you see this light is red, you are supposed to report the facts, okay? You need to breathe in order to survive. Humans need to breathe. They can't breathe underwater. They only can breathe air. Fish can't breathe air. They can only breathe underwater. Okay? Facts. All right? Water is wet, snow is cold. Facts. All right? You can't make them facts up to be whatever it is you want them to be made up to hold up an agenda or push something else. No. Facts. Fiction is shit you make up. Facts are what they are. Now, you can't make up the fact that this light over here, you see this light right over there, ladies and gentlemen? That light is red. That light is as red as your blood. Okay? Red. R-E-D. Red. And that color's going to change soon. Let me go ahead and switch that over. And you get the privilege of seeing this light change. Yeah, boy. So, we're going to change it to different colors. And let it go on a rainbow. And a rotation. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Nope, that's not what we wanted. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Yep. That is what we wanted. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. And you get to see the full effect, too. So, what I plan on doing with this particular podcast is, look at this. As we get closer to signing off, and as you saw it being dimmed out, as well as shut off, I'm Gemini, it's going to shut off, and I'm Ghost. But that's an early dress rehearsal. So, we're back. Anyhow, yeah. So, I just started writing and never looked back. And found out, damn it, I'm good at it. So, I figured to do what naturally all that which they always say to do when you're writing and stuff. To, to write what you know and get feedback and get input and maybe, what's the word? And maybe, I don't know, get some feedback, get some pointers, get some tips, get some whatever. I did all that. Let me tell you something. I took a beating. My husband will tell you, God rest his soul. I mean, not, what am I saying? Not God rest his soul. Freudian slip. Nope. God bless his heart. I took a merciless beating. I mean, when I put this book through my crit group, then at the time called Writing Well, I was ripped apart. I mean, I was ripped up, and I'm like, I'm not following. I just don't see it. And I'm like, okay. A few things I tweaked, a few things I saw their point of view on, but the fact of the matter is, when you have a critique group, ladies and gentlemen, yes, they tell you all advice is just that, advice. You can take it or leave it or whatever, what have you. But they don't need to be so hard on you about that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, the customers and yes, the public are going to be even more merciless. And okay, that's to be expected. But not your fellow writers / authors going through what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, we've been there, we're in your corner. I'm like, well, what are you in my corner for? Are you in my corner to help? Or are you in my corner to, are you in my corner to hinder? And generally, they're in your corner to fuck with you. And for me, I thought I was doing the right thing by going through my paces. Wrong. Couldn't have been more wrong. Could not have been more wrong. And I'm sorry, but sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry going through the right thing in doing the right thing for my manuscript. But what I am sorry about was taking it so personally, because I had my shit read by a gentleman who used to write for Playboy, and that man's name is Lawrence Block. And this is the guy that did the Matthew Scudder detective series, as well as not the Harry Bosch, that's Michael Connelly. I'm talking about the oh gosh, the one of those, like, the cat burglar series, and the Matthew Scudder series, and he also wrote, like I said, and he wrote for Playboy. He wrote for Hefner. I went to an event involving a writer event where I met him, and I met him more than a decade ago now. And he read my phone. He saw the look on my face, and I had no idea who this man was. Okay, no clue, none whatsoever. And he's reading my phone, and I'm like, here. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, you'll see. He's like, you're upset because they were upset over this? I'm like, yeah. I wasn't upset. I was steaming pissed, okay? He's reading it through. He reads like in-depthly for like 3 times in 5 minutes. Gives back my phone. I don't have a problem with this. You write like my friend Mickey. This reminds me of my friend Mickey. I have no problem with this. Do you not know my mind with the Mickey Mouse? I'm not gonna fucking front. My mind, when he said Mickey, it did not occur to me to think Spillane. My mind went straight to Mickey Mouse. Okay? And I looked at him like, you don't mean Mickey Mouse, do you? Because I was in that state. And he looks at me like, bitch, are you kidding? No, sweetheart. I'm talking about Mickey Spillane, the My Camera guy. Wait, whoa. Ho. What you read there, yes, reads like what Mickey would have written, what Spillane would have written. Do you not know, ladies and gentlemen, no bullshit. Not only did I bang that particular chapter out in 90 minutes, okay, but I read the first paragraph to my men, my then husband at the time, and our son. I then read an opening paragraph of Lady Go Die by Mick Spillane and found that online and read them that. The men thought I wrote the opening to Lady Go Die and thought Spillane wrote my opening. It was that they could not tell the difference. They could not tell the difference at all. And I'm like, no shit. No. They're like, yep. Look at it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you're meant to do it. Because the cosmos is only going to poke at you and prod at you and run that red hot poker up your ass. Not to be too graphic and not to put too fine a point on it, but the cosmos will bop you a new one, getting you to do the right thing according to your destiny in which you're supposed to do it. And don't worry about if people are going to laugh at you. Don't worry about it if people are going to be some kind of way with you. Excuse me. Don't be some kind of way if... excuse me. Don't be some kind of way if they want to say something, they want to do something, They want to be some kind of way with you. They want to give you an attitude, whatever. You keep doing you. You keep doing you however long you need to keep doing you. Okay? No one is going to advocate for you but you. No one is going to step up for you but you. Even when you have your most favorite people in your corner. They too have a breaking point. They too know sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. You see what I'm saying? And once you know that you're on the right path, then you have to defend you. Because you take you wherever you go, right? Think about it. Wherever you go, there you are. So why keep denying denying the obvious? That's what I'm saying. If you're 70 something years old and you realize all this time you prefer men over women, you prefer women over men, you prefer both, then tell yourself that. If you like your significant others north of 15 years, okay, that's great. If you like your significant others south of 15 years, okay, even better. Just make sure they don't involve children of any kind. And by children of any kind, I mean not just the two-legged variety, the four-legged variety too, or any four-legged anything for that matter. But you got to do you. You have got to do you. And in doing you, when you say something and or do something that's gonna upset the apple cart or upset somebody, because books usually do. Books are full of truths, are full of facts that are irrefutable. There's no denying them. It is impossible. It is absolutely impossible they can be challenged. Okay? Books are dangerous. They're supposed to be. Because you're learning something you otherwise didn't know. And the people who did know it are fully taking advantage of your lack of awareness or you being ignorant to it. And unfortunately, they created the same problem they think they have the solution to. And one of which is that they say ignorance is no excuse. Well, you know what? Bust the clocks right twice a day. They're right. Ignorance is no excuse. Okay? Ignorance is absolutely no excuse to this shit. And if you're not careful, you can get caught up into something you got no good damn business being in. Okay? And the fact of the matter remains, and hopefully my fire scene will be back soon enough. Ugh. Stupid internet. Anyway, the point here is, ladies and gentlemen, you got to do you. And the sooner you do you, the easier it is. You'll be able to love other people. And that includes parenting your inner little kid. And many of you, like myself included, are walking around with an inner little kid crying his eyes out, crying her eyes out. And understandable. Understandable. And on this podcast, you will never hear their or that particular pronoun unless it applies. I'm not slapping their or they or them on everything. It's sick, it's deprived, it's diseased, and it's shit grammar. And I'm not going to play that game. I'm not doing it. So, long and short of it, books are dangerous, but not like that pile of hot mess called Endgame. I'm not even gonna take the time out of the library. I mean, there's some others in the channel that like one called Real Housewives recap. Great, love your shit, Jen. Yep, honk honk over here too. Anyway, yeah, that's yours, but you know what I mean. I will not read that book. Why? It's time. We already know that the Rugrat and has was and by rugrat I mean just that, a rug rat, okay, or a pair of rugrats, okay, and one of them wearing an actual rug. But we know who we're talking about, the royal Rugrats. We'll leave it at that. And I don't mean William and Catherine, okay, Mrs. Dumb and Dum Dum's wife. So the royal Rugrats going forward, Dum Dum and Dum Dum's wife, or now the former royal Rugrats. We'll do that. Anyhow, because words can have more than one meaning. So they're former, they're no longer royal, and when you're wearing a hairpiece, aren't you wearing a rug? And if you're a jerk, aren't you a rat? So therefore, Rugrat. Am I right? Anyway, they have a recent pile of garbage out called Endgame. And all they're doing in it is just trashing the sweet shit out of everybody in the monarchy within the sound of their voice. They're trashing Camilla, Charles, William, Catherine. I'm surprised they're not taking pokes at the kids. I'm shocked as shit they're not taking pokes at the kids. But that one sneaking into the niece, her husband's niece's chambers to get a snap of her bedroom. We didn't need to see that. I didn't need to know what the inside of that child's bedroom looked like. Now I know. Why I gotta know? Cause you mad? Oh my, yeah, you mad, all right. Straight jacket mad. Straight jacket mad, babbling in a, tossing a round rubber room and babbling in a corner while you're wrapped in a straight jacket, more like mad. Oh my God. Not like angry mad, more like, mad. Oh my God. Anyway, I will not read it. I'm listening to other people who do read it so that I won't have to. Yay. But, absolutely, just, don't even get me, no, I'm just not. Oh, I'm just not. I'm not with this broad. I can't. I cannot. But let me see what I can find. Let's crawl around on YouTube that I'd overlooked maybe. So we're just sitting here perusing my phone. Now get away from me. Let's see what's on the phone. Yeah, we got Prince Harry Oh, he won his thing. Okay, so that's the latest news now. He won his lawsuit, something or another. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, this thing is starting up, and I'm not doing that. Ah, shit. You know what? Legal victory. Judge awards him. Wait, what's it say? Judge awards him 180 in phone hacking case. Oh, big whoop. Okay, so he's getting 180 pounds, which is what, 200,000 in what, American money, give or take. But after taxes, what? That'll just about replace all the broken dishes over there in the Monty Shit Show. Oh, goody. So he gets... Oh, yay. So, Chicken gets his little, he won his little phone hacking case. Oh, yay. Yay. Give it up, Section Chocolate. Section Chocolate. Yeah, huh? Ugh. Why can't these people stay out of the news? I just can't. Oh my god, I can't. I can't. Yeah, now I'm just feeling dead air. But no, I mean, this year, if you could sum it up for yourselves, what would it be? What would it be? For me, just tired. That's my word for the year. Tired. I mean, usually I sound very upbeat and energetic and, uppy and peppy and no, mind you kids, no drugs, no anything, just me. I will say this, I am worn out. I am tired. This is tired unlike